So, it's been a while since I last did an episode for this podcast. But you know, we always like to come back with a bang. But before we introduce the guests, we gotta say this episode is brought to you by Chosen Few Studios, the studio that we're in right now, as well as Create Tech Bahamas for all your different digital needs. If you need your security cameras, internet install, all that good stuff. More info in the description below. But all right, so let's cut to the chase. Hold on. We have a very special guest in the building.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
The tourists come over to chill on the beach, but they don't come over the hill where we sleep. We got nightmares and they got fantasies. No sanity, it's just insanity. My mommy hoping nothing happens to me.
We only do legends around here. I gotta say, yeah, like we do gold status because we done had, we almost had every. The only thing person I never interviewed yet is probably like a prime minister or someone on that level.
Yeah.
But when you think about the big names in Bahamian culture, and around this time last year, I had the man who actually made the Bahamian flag. But we got another first. And they've been the first Bahamian. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, go Nassau, Bahamas. Y'all already know who this is because I've been on y'all TV. I've been popping up all over the island here and there on flyers, on Instagram. But now y'all seeing me on the Original People's podcast as Kaylia Capri.
Kaylia Capri. So we have Kaylia Capri known as, you like Sierra Breeze?
I do like Sierra Breeze.
You chose that name?
I actually got help choosing that name. So technically I did, but Kaylia Capri is like my...
Is your go-to?
Yeah, she's like my Sasha Fierce.
Okay. So I will refer to your given name, Kaylia Capri.
Yes.
And
also known as Sierra Breeze.
Also known as Sierra Breeze. We got to get it right.
Yeah, get it right the first time.
So what we typically do on this podcast is we have a segment called the Bahamian word, phrase, or saying of the day. And we always give our guests that title.
Okay.
So, all yours.
A word?
Word, phrase, or saying of the day.
I have to say all of these?
Yeah, anyone.
Okay. Because I was like...
It ain't got to be a word. It ain't got to be a phrase. It could be saying whatever you feel, let it flow.
This can be a poem, okay? This might vary on poem.
All right, go ahead.
We celebrating first. All right. So this is my very first poem for you guys.
All right.
Oh, that's serious. Ready? Give me a snot when you feeling me.
All right. How you showing up?
Kaylia Capri.
Mm-hmm.
They call me KC.
Ooh.
Or maybe I'm breezy. Because you see... I's the girly who got everything going on and then some.
Mm.
I was playing.
I thought you was going to keep on going.
That's all I got.
Okay. Oh, man. So your Bahamian word, phrase, or saying?
My Bahamian word, I feel like, would be like bungie.
We had that 1,000 times before, but
I know.
why you like bungie so much?
Because that's just like, that's a effortless word. And I swear, in Bahamian culture, you know, like over the generations, the talks has changed.
Yeah.
Like just last week, I had one interview, they asked me something. I say, wait, something with garbage? Like garbage, if garbage can, why can't you?
Oh, you yeah,
I didn't know
if a garbage can, why can't you? Yeah.
Exactly. I catch on. I was then last week years old when I catch on to that saying.
Yeah.
But I feel like bungie is just like forever gonna be in Bahamian dialect. Ain't no one changing that word.
I can give you a blind on that because That saying just come about like literally like a month ago.
Bongi?
No, I talking about a garbage can.
Exactly.
That's literally the 2 month-year-old talk.
But no, guess what? When she had said it, I can't remember what I say. But I did say one way older like talks than that.
All
so
right.
when she said garbage, I was like, where did you learn that? TikTok? You know what I mean? Like,
Actually, that's where it came.
yeah, but bongi, I swear, baby, adult, Grammy, uncle, whatever, I can say, where your bongi from, man?
Yeah.
They know what they're talking about. Go to the States, even people in the States. When you go to the States and you teach your American friends talks, everybody's teaching them bongi. All my little American friends be trying to. They just be trying to say
No. They only want no bongi because they want squeeze.
Oh my God. They don't even know.
Two
to
jokes
do
and
that,
a bongi squeeze.
They don't know nothing but the 2 jokes. They don't know nothing but the 2 jokes though.
Oh man. All right. So before you became a wrestling superstar, would you consider yourself that at this point? You feel like,
Yeah.
okay, wrestling superstar, because I was gonna say a brand name, but then I
am a brand name too, you know. Like I'm the brand name. I feel like wrestling needed an influencer who's like all around. You know what I mean? Not just you can market me in so much different ways. So I'm a brand. I'm the brand.
No, of course, but I'm saying I didn't want to put you under, say, X company superstar.
Okay, true.
So I was like, hey, wrestling superstar, wherever she go.
Yeah, literally.
Superstar.
Literally.
Yeah. So tell us about some of your early beginnings. Because, see, Bahamian people's funny. They ain't want you be them people who's like, figure out they Grammy cousin, wife, brother, sister, uncle is Bahamian, and now they just find a way to claim it. They want to know you from the turf.
Oh my God, no, and it's been plenty. I ain't gonna lie, it's been plenty of them though, for real. Who's gonna mess up dad by dread? That's what I said. That's what I tell everybody that was on my mind as let me start from the beginning. We can get on
in
that.
the beginning.
In the beginning. Yeah. When the sunrise, when the Capri sun came up. I was a track star, okay? So my daddy used to keep us in the house. I ain't got it. We never used to go. So we used to be home. We used to be climbing trees. We used to be like outside building stuff like for little puppies. We used to find them in the bush and thing. Like we used to be doing some bad stuff. We used to badger. So I would say bad. We just was lit. We was lit. So we had a lot of like activities early, very, very early on. So when I get into things like karate and I get into things like gymnastics and doing softball and doing soccer and just being in school,
So you just was like the hyper
athlete. I was like hyper, and I always like doing team stuff. Like I love being competitive. I love pushing people to their breaking point. Like legit. Like I want to see you become the best you. So I know to do that. I gotta get in your head a little bit. So I was always attracted to like real fierce competitive sports and stuff like that, which led me to track. Because I was like, you know what? Let me do the hardest thing ever. Let me do this without a team. And that's when we started. That track lead me to Houston, Texas, where I went to school at Texas Southern. So I started.
Is that the real TSU?
The real TSU. Okay. Don't ever listen. The real TSU, Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas, baby. Let's go. H-Stop. Okay, but but big shout out to St. John's College too, because that's my high school. That's where I started out at. Graduated from there, ended up in Houston, went to TSU. I was on the track team. I was like, you know what? The only way I can survive is if I smoke these cows. And that's what I prepared to do. Like every day I went to practice, they was tired of me because every day was a race. I swear, every day practice. They used to be like, Lexi, when you can ever just chill out? And I used to be like, I ain't gonna lie. I asked myself the same question many times. But hey, only God knows when I can slow down. So right now, that's what you got. So I was there for my whole bachelor's degree moment. Oh, Lord. PTSD. But I was there for my whole bachelor's degree, and then I got my master's degree.
From where?
Same place, Texas Southern, of course.
Oh, so you, not just a high-level athlete, but a high-level academic star, too.
Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, you know, and TSU, I absolutely gelled there. Like, I think I learned a lot of life lessons there that helped me push myself further in life to just figure myself out in the world, not just in the Bahamas, but in the world. You understand? And then Houston was like a place where you could meet so much different people, going to like actors and just directors and rappers and engineers. Like,
Oh, this sound like Atlanta. Like when I moved and went to school into Atlanta.
Atlanta is another like metropolitan that can be similar to Houston.
Yeah.
Atlanta, Miami, but that's also comes with like a fast life, you know, understand? So I was partying, I was literally outside. I was like, oh my God. But I get tired of it because I realize like the money ain't outside. Like the more you distract yourself being outside, the less money you can make.
The more money you spending.
And the less opportunities that you present to yourself, because the people that you want to meet, they ain't in the club. You might catch them that one good time, maybe that two good time, but you ain't gonna catch them for that three good time. They can literally be home or
working on
flying somewhere, working on something. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to really present yourself and create a brand if you do want like balance. Like, go outside. I ain't saying don't go outside. Outside is fun. I still dabble outside. But like, have your stuff together. Like, that's what was my mindset the whole entire time. So I was getting into my master's program at Texas.
So what you got your bachelor's in?
Biology.
And then what your master's was in?
Human health and performance.
Okay, so you basically wanted to get into sports medicine. Okay.
All my life, I knew I had to do something with my hands. Like, I never was the type of... Like, I could do it, of course, but I was never the type to be like, oh, give me a computer, let me type something for you. No. Like, even now, when I write papers, dictation on the phone. Like, I'm talking, you know? I'm not going to type it. I don't want to. So, you know, like that. And then with my master's. And I was also thinking job-wise. I was like, in this world, I feel like it's a lot more manual jobs that I could get. Like, actual hands-on jobs as compared to, like, tech jobs and things that have to do with like software and stuff like that. So I was playing my cards right. So I said, let me make sure that when I leave, I can actually use my degree for something immediately. And good thing I was thinking like that, because when I was wrapping up my master's degree, that's when I got this DM from WWE Recruit.
Okay, so wait. What you was doing for them to even consider you, like, was you into any combat sport up until that time, or?
I'll be honest with you. Like, no, I was just doing track. I was just running track. I think at that moment they was looking for athletes. I think that's what they was looking for. Like, it didn't matter if you did a combat sport or not, because they was getting cheerleaders and gymnasts and stuff like that. So they
basically want you to have an athletic physique and then we can mold you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like a perfect, it's like if someone artist starts your art project and all you have to do is paint it. You understand?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Because it's like, I don't have to teach you about getting your body in the shape.
Exactly. You're already there. Like,
I just have to mold you for this specific.
Yeah. Which is honestly how, okay, so we can get into that. So, boom. Get my request for tryout. And it just so happened, like, this is why I say just divine fate. Like, I had that thought process because I was like, I don't know what job I want, but I know the job for me is going to be with me having a hands-on. So when I got that tryout, it was in Dallas and I was in Houston. That's like 3 hours apart. And I say, 3 hours apart, WWE, I'm able to graduate literally in less than a couple months. That's gotta be for me. This gotta be what I was waiting on. You know what I mean? So when I get to that tryout, I had a blast. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
so like so when you try to, like, what is some of the things that they want you to do exactly? Is it like certain drills, or like, you know, is it like a NFL, NBA, like some combine where you get your measurements?
Yeah,
you know?
Honestly, yeah. I literally would say it's just like a combine.
Yeah.
I can't say it's exactly like the NBA or NFL combine, but it's literally like a combine. Like, they testing your agility, they testing your entertainment value, they testing a lot of things about you to see if they want to invest in you. You understand? So we did have like a little packet that showed like some of the rules and some of the like taking like bumps and stuff like that. Like, how to take it and things like that, preparing us for the tryout, just like a visual representation. When we got there, oh my God, there was, who do we have? I think we had Coach Bloom. Coach Bloom out the gate. Matt Bloom out the gate. He was on next. Okay, I had abs. I never had abs so fast in my life. I had abs within 3 days. The tryout was 3 days. After those 3 days, I was
So they was working y'all out?
I was and
okay,
the
so
crazy, okay.
So hold on. It's really going through a lot. Is they trying to? So the tryout was like a workout, like mini camp type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It literally was like a mini camp.
All right.
Like we did like some things with the hurdles. Like we did some drills. We did a lot of sit-ups and a lot of push-ups. Okay. We did a lot of that. We ran the ropes a lot. Oh my goodness. Like it was so much cardio, but I ran track. So I was prepared. But when I got there, I literally had a blast. Like seeing, I had Triple H at the tryout. My hands, I was like this. I was like, hey, Triple H. My name is. And then it was so cool just seeing everybody in person. Like, I was just like, wow, like, I really doing this? Like, it keep hitting me that, like, Alexis, you are about to be, or possibly could be a WWE superstar. Like, do you understand? Like, you could be working in a company that Rey Mysterio was working in the company that, you know what I mean? Like, it was too cool. It was too cool. But we got through the tryout. I get my call back for my contract, like, after I was finished with school, I had to get my, stuff together for my post-OPT, which is to let you work after.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was in the process of getting that. They gave me my OPT for a year. And I got to WWE.
So they knew you was international? Mm-hmm. Okay.
They knew.
Because, a lot of American companies...
Yeah, they'll hire, not WWE. They way too big. That's way too big of a brand.
No, because some may be like...
Some they might just be like, what? What's she missing? They might turn their head. But that brand specifically, no, they definitely, on their P's and Q's, they want to know everything about you. They honestly do know everything about you before they even call you. So, boom, accepted the contract immediately. Didn't I read it, but...
Did you get your lawyer?
I was just so excited. I said...
Oh, so you was like... a good representation of people like to refer to as like when Glorilla signed a contract.
Yeah.
Ray was like, she didn't even read it.
No, and then guess what? And that's what you're saying. You get caught up in like the moment of the moment. So you praying that the people that you signing with, they genuinely taking care of you.
Hell no.
And you completely, and especially when you coming up from nothing, like when you coming up from grinding to get something your whole life and you finally there. Like they, that moment take over your actual like reasoning where it's like, let's calm down. Let's read this 50-page in 5-point italic contract. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just sign it and you be like, okay, we good. We on the way. So I get there last year, January. And I was there from January all the way to September of that same year. The training there was amazing. I cannot lie. They have a knack for building bodies, okay? They know how to create beasts and monsters, okay? Like everybody walk around. Even me, I was walking around too. I was like, swole neck. I was
traps out there, yeah.
I was going home. I was in the mirror like, I was flexing on them. I was like, damn, like WWE just gave me this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I signed the contract and literally got the body. So I was happy about that. I met plenty great people. Like it was so diverse. So diverse. Listening to my coach who from England, like Coach Brookside, he was awesome. Oh my gosh, he was amazing to work with. He was so hard on me. But I noticed all my coaches, every time I always have a coach, they extra hard on me because they know I like to call myself crazy. It ain't crazy. It's just enthusiastic. Like I be so excited to do things. So you do got to be a little hard on me because genuinely, I'll even forget about what you're talking about and go do some crazy. Listen, you ain't ready. You just got to see it. But he did a good job. Like him, Coach Smiley, Coach Gerard, they did a good job of like keeping me focused and keeping me to understand like in the business, I really could like have a really good career in the business if I really play my cards right. And that's when I slowly started taking it more serious. When I first get there, I think the mindset was just like,
you arrived.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just prison in a moment.
Yeah.
Like,
literally.
I just happy to be here.
Yeah, literally. I'm just happy to be here. And I think that's where I kind of slipped up at when I had that mentality of, I just happy to be here. I needed to have the mentality of, now that y'all have me here, let me show y'all what y'all invested in. You understand? Like, it was so much that I had to get used to. Like, imagine like just every day you have to wake up and just be ready for a camera to be in your face. You know what I mean? You have to be ready to like, without seeming like robotic or fake or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's very tough because you do have to be poised. You do have to have that entertainment value, but you also have to be genuine at the same time. And that kind of like conflicts with each other when you're trying to do things like that. So it was pretty tough, like transitioning, doing all the promos and just working on myself as a wrestler, discovering myself as like, who is Kaylia Capri in the ring? Like,
all right. So let's pause right there. When you was a child, was you watching wrestling, into it? Like, you know, what were some of your early memories of that?
My earliest memory, sad to say, was that the clip with the bed, when everybody's in the bed. I think that's when I really was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Because I was like they could put that on TV, and why did they fight afterwards? Like, you know, it really caught me like off guard. I just remember watching wrestling, not really registering. Guess what? You know what I love about myself? I won't say I'm not very easily impressed. I'll say what impresses me is very different from a lot of other people. I don't really care for a name. I care for more how you make me feel. You understand? So if and genuineness, like it's easy to look at someone and see if they really putting on a front or if they faking. Like you could genuinely see it. So with me, when I was watching wrestling with Rey Mysterio and stuff like that, like I'd always watch.
Is Rey Mysterio your favorite wrestler?
He have to be. I just remember saying Kabuya, cause 619. Like, not never doing a 619 in my life, trying in my life, but just Kabuya, 619. I couldn't help myself. Like it was just cultural at that point. Like if you didn't like Rey Mysterio, you just was a wrestling hater. Nah. So I watched it. I tried a couple moves on my siblings before. I just resonated with the fact that it was so entertaining. Like, just as a kid, at least, you know what I mean? The match structure, like, it kept my attention. It definitely had me watching, even though I didn't really say, oh, look, I hope this person come out.
Super fun.
Exactly. I hope this person come out. I hope this person come out. I was more so like, whoever comes out, I really don't care who comes out. Yeah. I just want to see what kind of match y'all would have. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't mind if everybody fight each other. Just give me something good. Free for all. Just give me something good.
Interesting. So back to, so you, up until last September, you was with the WWE. Mm-hmm. So what happened after?
So afterwards, thank God I made the connections that I made there. I had a lot of people vouching for me, and I realized in this world, that's literally what it's all about. Like, people vouching for you and really saying, hey, this is something that you should really invest in, really give some time to. I ended up getting connections another divine fate. I ended up talking to Adriana Gambino, who works for WOW in the company. And David and she are very close. So he trusts her word. And then another person at WWE, they reached out for me as well on behalf of me. And David was like, I hold those people highly in my eyes, so I'll give you the tryout. Let's see what you got. When I went up there, I don't know, I just felt instant, like, this is the craziest thing ever. When they took my contract, when they called me that day and they take it, I was sad.
When you say take your contract, what exactly you mean? And
that means you can get a call on the phone and say, hey, you being let go. You being released right now. Okay. Because, it may not be a reason. It might just be because budget cuts or something. It really is never a reason. But you get your contract taken. So just, So I get released. I was sad. But then suddenly, like as the days went by, I felt more and more relieved. Like more and more relieved.
You didn't feel like you was like ready yet?
No, I felt like it was so much for people who, because I could be honest. Like I just told you, like I was never a diehard wrestling fan. So I can't say when I went to WWE, I've been dreaming about being a WWE superstar my whole life. That would be cap.
Yeah.
So unlike being people there who try to convince themselves that they could be a WWE superstar, I decided that let me, once again, like I was telling you earlier, let me really see if I like this. Let me really see if I could see myself doing something like this and really benefiting a lot from it. And when I went on the indies, the type of response that I get, that's when I really was like, I think I'm on the right path. I think even though I was at WWE and I left, I think this is a greater like opportunity for me.
Because when I was preparing the questions, because I know because people have had this mindset up until, I guess, early 2010s that wrestling is just the WWE and don't know about all these different circuits, not only in the U.S., but around the world, which people like, professional wrestlers, they get in these different circuits and they're still viable means of income and entertaining and pushing your career. And sometimes when you get so big in these independent circuits, you get picked up by a WWE or an AEW or something like that.
Literally. And guess what? And that's what I'll be happy about. I think I was happy to be at WWE for the experience and learning the knowledge that I've learned from all of the wrestlers there. Like, everyone there is a wrestler. It don't matter if you even in tech. You might be a wrestler who used to be a wrestler, but now you in tech. So it's like they all have different perceptions. They all have different like little things they want you to know. And it's just up to you to literally take them serious and really take their pointers and say, okay, they trying to help me. So if I really listen, I could probably get to where they was trying to get to a lot quicker. You know what I mean? So I just like, okay, I'm going to just use it to my advantage on the indies. Because now, unlike a lot of people on the indies, I understand what WWE looking for. I understand the quality, the level of like athlete and performer that they looking for. And they really want to know, like, if I put you in the front of 80,000 people, can you cause everyone, like everybody in that arena to really respect you and enough to, how I like to explain it, do all those people respect you enough to, if you do leave that promotion, follow you? You understand? I've watched a lot of people, like, especially me, like, go to WWE. We get the followers. We get all the fans. We get all the fan mail and the hearts and the love, love, love. But the minute they release you...
all that dead?
Your ass is grass, okay? They don't care. They watching. They still watching just in case you make it on the indies. But I can't say... They ain't the niche,
hardcore farmers. They ain't the niche.
Hardcore. Exactly, because they ain't willing to keep with you along your journey. They don't care about your journey. They just care about you being on WWE.
All right. So, what's your training? So, how did you form your character? Like, what was some things where you say, I'm going to base it off of this, certain characteristics? Did you think you was going to be a baby face or a heel type of character? Thinking about signature moves or like, thinking about what you're going to do when you get some time on the mic. Give me some like insight in all of that.
Well, honestly, I just always speak for myself. I can't speak for everyone else. We all have different awakenings. My awakening just so happened that I never had to figure that out. That was the part that I never had to figure out. Because genuinely, the way I act is very much a character. People can tell you, like, they can be like, Lexi been acting like that. Like, she ain't even pretending right now. Like, I am the type, when I go lift weights, I like to get hyped. Like, when you get hyped lifting weights, when you PR, oh my God, I used to be on my track team. Even the girls on my track team, I knew they was sick of me, bro. I know they was sick of me. Because I used to lift weights, do a PR, put the bar down slow, get up, flex on them, scream, scream all around. Yeah, who next on it? I'm the littlest one in here talking crap. I'm the littlest one in here. We all at. They used to be pissed. I could see some girls can take that and be like,
You doing too much.
You doing too much. But some girls can take it and they can get competitive right with you. And that's the girls who motivated. You understand? I like people who motivated enough to see a issue or, an obstacle and puff your chest at it. Why you scared? I only scared of Jesus. So I went in there with the same mindset. I was just like, you know what? I ain't no such thing as the smallest person, none of that. I can lift the same amount as you. And if I can't lift the same amount as you, I bet you I do more pull-ups than you. And if I can't do more pull-ups than you, I bet you I could try to do more push-ups. And I'm gonna find something.
So you would really consider yourself like a huge gym rat? What's your weekly training looking like?
Dog, and that's the crazy part. I ain't even a gym rat, man. I just absolutely love body movements. I love moving around. I love jumping. I love kicking. I love being physical. It's simply that. So at the gym, I love doing, especially now, it's a lot of cardio, a lot of squats. Oh my goodness. I work out at Devon Dudley Academy in Orlando. So we do a lot of squats, every day we get there.
So it's you have 2 days or it's just once a day?
Oh, it's every day.
Okay, so you work 7 days a week.
7 days a week. You can.
Okay.
You try not to because you got to get your body to rest. But you can work out 7 days a week. And
I'm saying, what's your schedule?
Okay, so again, my schedule, I worked out 5 days out of the week. And 2 days as in I'd go to the gym first and I'll do my own little workout where I just doing plyometrics, making sure I actually stretch, get my body moving around for the day. Then I'll actually go to wrestling practice. And I'm there for the rest of the middle of the day throughout the night. And we in there legit going crazy. Okay, we going ham. Dan is I thought Coach Smiley and Coach Brookside was some trainers. Don is another one of them who up there as trainers. Dan, man, he's made grown men cry in front of me, and I just be like, Don, make me a beast. I don't know, but make me a beast. That make me want to work with you more. But we work out all day. Just imagine doing 100 squats, 100 sit-ups. You running the ropes after that. And then you go run a spot. And if someone messes it up, you run the spot again. And you tired and you just you breathing. You don't know what they thinking. They don't know what you thinking. It's just amazing. That's an amazing environment to be in, to make you think, to make you really use your brain and create something. And I think that's when I come alive as a person, when I in positions where I really, really got to think. So we do that. And after that, I probably get home at maybe 10 o'clock. And then I'd be break right up.
Because you mentioned this breakup part. So what's your recovery process? Because I know, okay, so let's say for instance, how many shows you would typically have in a week? So
I would try to limit it. I've learned that before I even get on the indies that you honestly want to save your body. Wrestling is very, very physical. You slamming every single bone in your body and you shifting things. So it's very important to let your body chill and rest. So I try not to do more than 2 to 3 shows a week.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just to at least save myself and at least give me breaks and times to not fly around. Wrestling is a lot of moving around.
Yeah, because I would say, back to the whole people be I think the narrative dead now, but people used to be like, well, we're wrestling fake, but it's bro, them getting pinned and slammed ain't fake. You still have to build your body up to take all of that punishment.
So I be telling people, when people ask me if it's fake, I hate when that question, because I'd be like, you asking me that just because it look good? That's why you asking me that. You ain't even saying, the fact that I pulling this off. My guy, if I hit you with an NZ right now, I'd be like, stand right there and let me NZ you right now. Tell me how your jaw feel after that. Tell me what your jaw feel like. Even if I try to come in with a different momentum on you, it's gonna hurt. We hitting each other, we beating each other. We ain't being boxing where you could brutally
Yeah, but it's I have to hit you to a point to where I gotta sell.
Yeah, I have to hit you to a point where not even that. I just have to hit you to a point where I taking this serious. Wrestling is physical. At the end of the day, if I'm not gonna play at you, This is wrestling. We're not playing. I'm not playing when I go to practice and get my neck all twist up, wrists all break up, toes hurting. You got bruises everywhere. I'm not playing with you. I'm not here to. No, I'm gonna hit you. And if you don't move, you're gonna get hit. Okay, simple as that.
So, was I think one of the questions? Did you ever? Was I gonna shoot some off-ball things before we continue the timeline?
Okay.
Did you ever used to watch Mucha Lucha?
I did watch Mucha Lucha. See, and that's why I go to say I never even realized that I watched these things until I actually see the cartoons come back up, and I was like, "Wow, I was watching that for fun." Like not because I was a wrestling fan, but just because Mucha Lucha was so cute and it was so fun. Like, look at that.
That's probably you think that have anything to do with your Rey Mysterio love?
Yes.
Like, you know.
If you notice, I think I have a lucha kind of style of wrestling.
Yeah.
A lot of listen, I can't wait to really do what I want to do because it's lucha level. Like I could see myself finding a lucha lady.
Yeah.
And me and her having the ultimate match. Like something
Would you put on the mask too?
What? Would I put on the mask? I'll make sure my mask even have feathers at the top like a little
Capri
peacock.
the luchador. Oh man. That'd be fire though.
That would be fire, right? Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. Like, I enjoying this process so much. To be able to do that, I would genuinely make all my Mexican fans so proud. They'd be like, it's Kaylia Capri. Kaylia Capri is amazing. Mwah, I love her. Te amo, te amo.
So, how has indie life been, and what's your your aspirations from it? How long do you think you gonna be on the indie train before you get with a bigger promotion?
Well, that's okay. I can't specifically say how long. I just learning to go with the flow, go with the process. Because what's for me is literally divine fate is gonna bring it straight to me. I just have to make sure I'm ready. And I think that's what it'll tell when I go to a bigger brand, when I actually ready. And I have a little bit more to learn, as far as basics of wrestling, on the indie side. I understand.
Like what, for instance?
On the indies, I feel like it's more freedom to do a lot more cool sports, more creative sports, even though they might be a little far-fetched. I think it's a lot more room to move like that, as opposed to a big brand where it's specific things they have to go by because they have TV rights that they have to uphold. They have a lot more to think about when they put you out there. So you have a lot more rules and regulations as opposed to the indies. I feel like I want to genuinely do and have enough experiences so that I could figure out completely what I'm capable of in the ring. Because I feel like I have so much more to show. I have not shown that clip that was going around with Sierra Breeze. I think I recorded for WOW in December. So I got released from WWE in September. I got with WOW in December. So that clip that was going around Nassau, I did that in December. The meet-in, that was my first ever match ever on live TV, ever in front of a live studio audience, ever they just well, you asked for it. Go ahead. Do something. That was my very first time.
So did you put that outfit together or
So they helped me put it together. They asked me for my vision and I was just peacocking. That's my theme this year. The peacocking. When I walk in the room, I want you to know I come in this cocky. So they was just okay, we'll draw something up. Oh my goodness, I remember just being in random places grocery store, literally having a brain fart, and I was oh my God, I gotta put this in my notes, drawing in my notes in the grocery store, sending them ideas and stuff, and they put it together amazingly. They had their own seamstress, they put it together sweet, and then the blue hair I had at WWE, I had this blondish white wig and it had blue ends. So I was Sierra Breeze, how does she look You know what I mean? And I just keep thinking blue hair. So I got that hair and I ended up dyeing that hair. And that's when I matched it with the outfit and it just all came together. Like crazy good. I was just sitting there like, wow, this couldn't have worked out better.
That's amazing. So people have been going around and saying, behold, here's the first Bahamian female wrestler. How you feel about that?
That's me. I feel so honored. Like, to be able to say that, like, it shows that you really are doing something. You know what I mean? It shows that you should take me serious. Like, I'm doing something that's very historic. Quite literally, like, very historic. So it should show you the mindset that I have, to show you that I have enough experience or, like, push and drive to want to be somebody that when I die, like, people still gonna have to talk about me. Like, that's what I want. I want, you gonna have to put me in the history book. You gonna have to put me right there. The first Bahamian female wrestler, Kaylia Capri. And that's me. No one else could be me. So it's really cool. Every time I talk to people, like, anytime I see people, they always like, oh my God, where I know your pretty girl, where I know your face from? And I just be like, maybe you know me from Sadness. I'd be like, maybe you know me from Sadness, you know, or another interview.
Or someone share a clip around.
Right, or maybe a clip with me going viral right now. It really feels good though. And maybe Bahamians people, like, they just give you your props. Like, when you're doing something good, like you say before, they genuinely will come to you and they'll say, hey, I see everything you're doing. Yeah. I'm proud of you, you know, and I hope for the best for you. And that's all everybody ever want to hear in their life. Like, people really rooting for you and they taking what you're doing serious and they willing to come behind you.
Yeah, it was like seeing on Twitter, you had a lot of admiration. People saying, I stand in you forever just because I see you doing what you're doing. How'd that make you feel?
Oh my goodness, so good. So good. Like, I felt good 2 times. 2 experiences. The first one was when I get released, and I said I got released on Twitter. The amount of people that was just like involved in it, it made me feel good because I was like, okay, now I know in the States, even though I ain't do nothing, I did nothing at WWE. I appeared on maybe 2 segments of NXT, like you can find me. But other than that, I've done nothing. So the fact that all y'all still engaged and I've shown y'all literally maybe 0.5%, that makes me feel good. And then with the Bahamian people, for them to get 0.5% of what I'm capable of and give me that love, I was like, wow, like full circle moment where now I get that love and admiration out the gate before I even produce anything that's going to go worldwide. Like, it's absolutely crazy. And it can happen to the craziest person.
I think you need, like, you know, every wrestler has like certain eras. You need like a Mad Max.
Right.
Everybody just let you just do
whatever, right? Yes. Oh my God, I agree with you. I agree. Because I would take it up 17 notches. Everybody would be tuned in. They'd be like, because what is she about to do today? And the best part is, I wouldn't offend nobody. That's the best part. I feel like when I say you can market me because generally what I stand for, what I say, what I do, how I move, I think a lot of people would love me. Even though I look crazy, but you know.
I wouldn't say they look crazy. I think they see the demeanor. Okay, this cute, beautiful, petite woman, and then the personality come on and it's like, you had a personality of a giant.
Thank you.
So it's like, okay, I didn't expect this. Yeah. But you know, big things come in small packages.
You're right. I be saying the same thing. I be like, because even me, I forget sometimes how small I is. Like, because I cannot remember how I look. Like, once I get out the mirror, sometimes I be dressed so cute, right? This is when I was actually aware of it. I would be dressed so cute, but then I'd go out. And then my demeanor start playing it with the characters. And I'd just be watching them look at me and they'd be like confused. And I'd be sitting there like, why are you confused? They'd be like, because most girls that look like you, they don't act like you. You know what I mean? And I'd be kind of offended in the beginning, but then I catch on and I realize they don't mean it in a way to offend me. They saying like Like, you very different. Like, and then I keep forgetting how I look. So I watch videos of myself and I'd be like, girl, like, you really just act like that? Like, that's how you act and that's how you look. So I could see how people be like taken when they first meet me. They're like, wow, I thought she was going to be stuck up or quiet or, you know.
Bougie.
Bougie. Yeah, I get bougie a lot.
or like a body or something like that.
Right? Body, shut the clock. Body. Let me stop.
So, as far as I always think representation is important. What do you have to say to, I guess, the young Bahamian athletes, more specifically the young girls coming up? You know, we tend to live in a society where I think that's changing now, especially with our generation, because we just watch American television so much that we started being like, okay, let's go reach for some of them things. And a lot of us got to those different places, no matter which industry or platform it was. So what do you have to say? Some words of encouragement, you know, for the youth them to like, you know.
Youth, my youth. This one for you.
This another for?
No, I just had to say that. I had to start it like that. That was a good way to start it. I'll say to y'all, I personally never knock anybody hustle. Get it how you get it, but really take yourself serious enough to ask yourself, like, do you just want to be the person who have it right now? Or do you want to be the person who have it later? Because a lot of people caught up with being lit in their young life. Mm-hmm. But most of life is your adult life. Like, this adulting ain't fun, okay? We don't ask to be adults. But we can be adults for the rest of our lives. So when you get into adult life, you kind of realize how your child life come back to bite you in the butt a little bit. Because you didn't make the decisions that you were supposed to make and really commit to the things that you said you was going to do for yourself and put yourself in position. And I have an example of that because when I did get my contract with WWE the second time, I didn't even mention this, but this is a little tea. So I got my contract taken the first time when they give it to me. They take it because they did a social media search.
Oh.
And I was on social media, on
just
Twitter.
Violent.
On Twitter, tweeting. Okay, so they saw that and they was like, hey, you get flagged for a lot of controversial tweets, a lot. But some of the things that they was talking about, I was like, okay, let's be real. I'm a Black woman, and it's something in my culture that is okay with me. It might not be okay with you, but that's my culture. And who are you to tell me my culture is yes or no? So yeah, especially if you come in looking for me, don't come to my place or where I live looking for me. And when you find me, you like, take this off. No, that's not how that works. You just don't come to my place. You see what I'm saying? Man. So my advice is this. You may not think the older you actually can be affected by the decisions that you make right now, but just take yourself serious enough to actually think in the future ahead enough to ask yourself, what kind of adult do you want to be? Do you want to be an adult who consistently always have to deal with opinions of a lot of other people because of your decisions of your daily lifestyle or how you get money or how you get fame on social media? Like, you really have to ask yourself, do you want to be that person that argue with people on social media all day because of your decisions? Because I mean, we all, no matter what we do, to be honest, we can have opinions coming at us from a lot of different people. But when you put bullets in the gun for them, you literally come in with a bag of bullets and you like, I'm this. I like to do this. I also do this and this and this and this. And you know these are the things that people kind of don't agree with. You know what I mean? The fast life, the substance uses and the using Instagram and social media and what you portray yourself as. If you know you don't want to deal with that, just be smart. Like, it's literally not that hard. It's not
just
that hard.
Just don't tweet it and don't post it.
Yeah, literally, like anything you don't want people asking you a question about, because genuinely, we can be real. If you shaking your butt every day on Instagram, you cannot be mad when a man has to ask you, what do you look for? You know what I mean? What do you expect in yourself?
Or
Like,
you
what's
say-
your value? You
Or
know
you
what I mean?
calling it a thirst trap.
Yeah, you can't expect those questions because those questions can come if you do things like that. Those are the things that and if you do things like that, be prepared to either answer the question or do like Jesus do. Get slapped on one cheek and just turn to the next one. That's literally your only two options. Unless you want to be arguing with people all day. Some people, they like that excitement. They like to give them a little rush. They be on their phone, they be like,
Yeah, I learned because I've been on Twitter X from like 2009.
right, man, I can't stop. I can forever call it Twitter.
Yeah, but I've been on Twitter from 2009. Like when I first started.
How
Yeah, like
use a twit.
yeah, and it gets addictive because you feel like when you're going through something, you want to express yourself.
Yeah, very much so.
But it's like I had to learn over the years, like, hey, to me, I don't need to put out there how I feel or what I'm going through for everybody's consumption.
Mm-hmm.
I can hold a lot of things close to the chest, and that takes discipline.
It does.
Because
But guess what? It takes discipline, but it also takes just realizing common sense. Like, if you feel comfortable enough knowing millions of people are going to see your inner feelings and they can have opinions on it and they can want to talk to you about it, you should be okay with talking to people who close to you. Some people feel ashamed to tell someone who close to them, hey, I broke right now. Like, I have no motivation. I don't know what to do with myself. They scared to do that, but they'll go on Twitter to people who don't know them, who really are gonna rip the Band-Aid off. Like, they be like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that kind of mentality is really kind of toxic. You understand? I want more people to be brave enough to go to call. Just because you don't have a good relationship with your mother, don't mean you could never have one. I want people to start mending relationships with their people in real life. Becoming closer with the people in real life so that you don't have to feel like you have to run to social media to express yourself. Because honestly, a lot of times you do. That's the only times your loved ones actually listen. A lot of times, friends, family, they actually pay attention to your social media because they want to see who else interested in your story, who else have a comment on your story. That's kind of the only time they really interested. But it's up to you as a person to genuinely like wake people up and be like, hey, I know you waiting on me to post about it, but hey, I kind of don't like that when we get on the phone, you don't ask me how I doing. And I'm messed up. You know what I mean? It's okay to have them conversations because that'll show you who your real friends is, what family members you could really actually rely on. Because we all get messed up, but they'll show up when they show up. So, things like that.
Interesting. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, on like a non-serious, and I was like, I forget to take this down, but then I was like,
Leave it up.
so part of some of the inspirations because why a lot of people get into like combat sports is because they grew up watching a lot of action cartoons and specifically, anime.
Yeah.
So like, has that influenced? Oh, what that is on your shoulder?
Look, can you see? It's literally clouds.
Cloud. Oh, she got the showering.
Yeah, you see? And I got Shenron, I got the dragon. Come on.
Hold on, you got
Shenron on my side. He got one dragon ball.
Okay. Okay, so we about to. I feel like we about to par for the next hour. So, tell me, what was some of the thoughts going? Like, what you grew up watching? Because you got a Shenron, you got the like Mind Gecko Sharingan on your.
I grew up with Naruto for sure. Like watching it on Toonami.
Yeah.
That's how I was watching it. Oh my God. And I was never on point with the episodes. So I'd always miss them because the track records or like just not being able to, my parents was real. They was like, hey, go read a book. So, like just catching episodes here and there. I love action pack anything. Like anything action, anything adventure, anything like exciting. Yeah. I'm there. So with Naruto, I just loved how it was anime, but it was still dark. I still felt that darkness. I was sitting there like, oh, these little ninjas. I was like, oh, I want to be a ninja too. And that's when I actually started pairing my creativity with my athletic ability, and I would like do flips and tricks. Me thinking I doing regular stuff to other people, when they actually seeing it, they're like, that was very good. Like, how did you do that? When in reality, I picturing that action scene in my head. When I picture me punching someone, I instantly envision a Naruto fight scene.
Wow. So
instantly. And when you really locked in with someone in the wrestling ring, you could play like that. Like, you could play like that, because do you know their coach prepare them to protect themselves? That's all you need to know. Did your coach teach you enough so that when I hit you with this, you ain't gonna die? I don't want you unalive. I want you, so we have to finish the match. Stay here, stay good.
So you ever thought about, because I seen everybody in their mother incorporating anime themes into different getups. Whether it be wrestling, UFC, soccer, whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's
Everybody.
like, it's becoming so pop culture. It's like, you know, it fused together. So it's like, you know, people, everybody get the references.
Yeah, I genuinely think it got even more popular. I remember talking to people and telling people I like anime, and it was so like cool because it was so rare, especially with women. Like, everybody's like, oh, because I think a lot of the women who liked anime, they genuinely was like low key.
Yeah,
like,
and it wasn't the bodies. Or
it wasn't the bodies. It was literally like,
no, it's all the bodies, because I know.
I'm telling you, they got the bunny, the cosplay go crazy. So
I know.
I'm screaming. So I think when Megan Thee Stallion come out, I think she really make anime something cool, because
I think it was bubbling before then, but it was like when she did it, she was like,
she made the bodies.
She know the base was already
it was already there. It was ready formed. So she definitely she knew.
She just say, let me just inject myself.
Exactly, and she opened the door. Like, all the bodies was like, oh yeah, I like anime too. You know what I mean? Like, it suddenly became like a thing. Like I told you, like when I was in college, I had a Naruto shower curtain. It was cool. It was literally Naruto with his fire and Sasuke with his lightning. They was coming together. It was a fire shower curtain. And I'd have like all my friends come in. They'd go in the bathroom. They'd be like, Lex, you like anime? Do you really like anime? And I used to be like, yes. Like, y'all think I would be sitting in the room for hours, literally? No! What are you doing? Do you think I just was doing that for fun? Like I'm really into anime. Like, it was so good. It was like, oh my goodness. When I discovered anime, I never.
So Naruto was your first anime?
My first one, because it was so long. I wanted to start with a long one, and because I wanted it. It was summertime.
Summertime. Well, this had to be in between when Naruto was dubbed, like around 05, 06?
Yeah, this was way after that then. Okay. So this was like summertime. I'd say like maybe 2016.
Okay, so this after Shippuden was even over. Yeah.
I had a long. Listen, I watched Naruto to Shippuden to literally Boruto, to all of that. So, I was just home. It was the summertime. I was in the States, so I didn't really have much friends at the time yet. So I just needed something to fill up my day. And I started watching Naruto from the first episode. I was like, this poor baby with this fox in his belly. And then I just keep looking and little things would keep catching me. And I'll just be like, oh, like that tattoo actually pretty cool. You know what I mean? You start getting inspired from these things. You just be like, I never would have thought to tattoo around my navel, but now I really want to.
Oh, so you have the seal on your navel?
I do want to get the seal. I keep thinking about it. Every time I see Naruto now, I just think about that seal on my belly. But that's what was going through my head. You know what I mean? Like, I was a kid. I was just not getting into tattoos and stuff like that. Like, I was just watching Naruto all day. Like, my auntie would walk in the room, and I'd be under the cover. Like, and mind you, I had a TV, but I wanted it on my computer because I wanted it close. I wanted to be intimate with Naruto. So I'd be under my covers. She'd walk in the room, and I'd be like, get out here. And she knew to just leave me alone and just let me watch my stuff in peace. Like, only time I left the room was to go get food and be right back in the room.
Now, I'm glad you say you like Naruto, because in this corner,
what?
I got famous in this corner.
What?
No, because I can send you the link to my cosplay page, but like I did like a whole like Rock Lee skit.
Oh,
went viral.
Wow,
Like, you know, and then,
I love Rock Lee too.
yeah, and then like I did a Minato cosplay this year when I went to MomoCon. We had a whole Father's Day shoot, so it was me, Mindo, surrounded by Naruto's.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy.
So like any other like, so you said you into One Piece because the same thing you did in the summer I did with One Piece when I was graduating college and I just had free time.
Yeah.
And I binged like 700 episodes in 2 months and a half.
That's yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I recently started One Piece. So what I did with Naruto, the biggest irk that I had was that I didn't wait. I didn't just keep waiting. I should have just let them dub Boruto all the way, wait till all of that, right? So with One Piece, I started binging it. Because I was so, when I opened it the first time and I saw all the seasons,
Yeah, it
I
was
was
intimidating.
like, bro.
So, 1,000 episodes.
Bruh, I was sitting there like, my mind is blown. Who is sitting there watching all these episodes,
No,
right?
it's worth it.
Oh.
Listen to me.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's like once you get hooked, it's like, bro,
Yeah.
that's gonna be like this and this connect to this and this.
Bruh,
and,
when I tell you, I started watching it
Nah.
like maybe when I was at WWE. I think before I get to WWE, because I was like, only thing I had time for was WWE. So when I did have time for myself, that's how I, use my time for myself. So I sat there and I started watching it and I was like, I didn't watch that many episodes. It's like after 2 days. I closed it out. I was like, dang, I had episode 200 already.
Wow.
I be listen, binge next episode. Skip the credits. Ooh. I'm like Luffy, like I still, so I slow it down because oh my god, I ain't get to when Luffy get to God mode yet. I haven't got to that part.
I mean, that's past 1,000. Like.
Yeah, but I am past 1,000. I think I on like.
Okay, so you in good standings like that in that far because
I think I on like 1,089.
that ain't that bad.
Yeah, I
like
close.
when I got into it, it was in Dressrosa.
Yeah.
So Dressrosa is like one of my favorite arcs because I guess I love Dofi. Dofi is one of my favorite.
Dofi was a good character though.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Like their storyline was great in that arc. I ain't gonna lie. Let me see which one I like. I think I liked either Skype. I like Skype.
Skype is dope. Impel Down is like one of my top.
Impel Down was good.
Because I always think about because in Egghead now he's with Lucci and all the rest of them. But that moment when he fought Lucci the first time, it was like it's always my mantra to like you could take the best blow but come back swing it.
Literally.
And be like relentless until you win.
Literally.
Yeah, like
literally.
So yeah.
And with Luffy, I think like just to relate it to real life, like a lot of people just be like, oh, like that's just cartoons, this is cartoons. And I'll tell you like the difference between a cartoon and an anime. A cartoon is just literally figurative characters and they just doing whatever. They ain't got no storyline. They just screwing around. But with anime, it's a storyline. It's something that make you feel a type of way and you could base it on real life because I mean, we ain't ninjas and we ain't pirates, but I think we still go through some of the things that they go through.
But I am a ninja and a pirate.
I'm screaming. Exactly like you are. See, in real life. So, like with that, I translated his drive, bro.
Yeah.
Like his drive, it was everything for me. Like out the gate, like the fact that him being a little kid, everybody just beating him up, like telling him you suck, like consistently.
You talking about Naruto? Or you talking about Luffy?
I talking about Luffy, but you see how like both of them relate? They both was the same thing. That's why I really love these animes because anything about someone, I love shows or anything about someone not the underdog, but the underdog who have a big mouth. And they put the money where their big mouth is. You know what I mean? Like I love that because it shows that when you really commit to something, you can do it. Like even if you tell people and they say, "Oh no, that don't sound like it's gonna work," or "It don't sound like that's something that's gonna happen for you," and you do it, like. But you stay humble at the same time. You don't just be like, "See, oh you wasn't with me this and that and the third." Like
you wasn't with me shooting in
you
the
wasn't
gym.
with me. When I tell you I was gonna be doing it, like Luffy showed me very much how you could be a leader, how you could literally
smile your
talk.
way.
You know what I mean? Talk with your chest. With your chest. Still build bonds with people because they will respect that fact that, you know what? I doubt you in the beginning. You proved me wrong. But instead of like being like, see, I tell you, you was just like, all right, you ready to hop on? You know what I mean? It's like you got to beat someone up sometimes for them to respect you and you let them up, what you do is you grab their hand and you say, all right, you ain't playing with me no more, right? Okay, we can be cool. You know what I mean? We can be cool.
But, so I don't know, did you ever go back and watch like beginning Dragon Ball, or you just was Dragon Ball? Listen, you got to do that.
I have to. I know. I have to.
Because you would appreciate, not only you would appreciate Z more, but you would say, in my opinion, Dragon Ball is like one of the most underrated. Like the first series is most underrated series, like anime series ever, because it's like it's the best out of all the Dragon Ball series, like story wise. Seeing young Goku come up, and all the animes that came after play off of young Goku. Okay, alien from nowhere, trying to learn the world, figure out self, and then you fighting your way up. You lose a bunch of times, and then eventually you win.
Exactly. That's what did you say? Sometimes you gotta lose
to win again.
To win again.
So, because I feel like we could geek out forever,
right?
Because I'd be like, yo, watch this.
And I'm gonna watch it. Like, listen, my love for anime goes so deep. Like, my fighting style, Baki. You watch the new Baki? You watch Baki?
I'm not a big Baki fan, but my brother heavy in the Baki.
So good, so good. Like that's where my fighting. That's where my creativity come from. Because when I see things like that in animation, I'm like, they ain't doing nothing that you honestly can't do in real life.
Yeah, because it's based off of real life.
It's based off real life.
Yeah.
So when I see fighting animes, oh my god! If I open up my Netflix right now, you only gonna see anime. Like I cannot Netflix and chill with nobody who don't like anime. They would hate me. They generally open up and be like, let's watch some on Netflix. I don't watch any of this, and I sit here like, sorry.
Yeah, because like even a good example of that is like even like you watch Dragon Ball Super, right? Mm-hmm. So like like Hit whole fighting style is like that boxing type of fighting style, and then Naruto and Baryon mode is the same thing.
Exactly.
So it's like okay, that not that kung fu base, but more so okay, hit you with the jiao left.
Yeah,
right?
they just like super cool fighters. Like they just tactical. That's what I'll say. They're super tactical, and that's me as a fighter. I'm a very tactical fighter. I don't fight based on what I want to do. I fight based on who in front of me. If you big, I'm going to chop down a tree. But I'm not going to chop down a tree the same way 10, 12, 30 other people try to chop down that tree because you already know it coming. You know what I mean? Like, people already going for your leg. People already, like, try to trip you. People already...
Let's just dive into that right quick. So, when you are wrestling, do you practice with the person that you have a match with first? Or... So y'all don't do no practice?
No, sir.
So like, okay, because I was under the assumption, okay, you would either practice so you could go through all of the motion. So now when it's time to put it out, you don't know, okay, I can hit you with this. Yeah. Prep for this. Okay, I can go for this slam. So like, okay, so y'all don't practice with each other though. Okay, so when y'all get in the stage, so what is that communication like? Like... Are you not talking or it's like a tap or like
honestly it's like the same thing as like playing basketball, playing football. Like you ain't never practiced with that team, but you could play the sport with that team. You understand? Like, see, wrestling is universal. We all gonna learn the same exact drills. We gonna learn the same way to run a sport. We gonna learn all the things that come with wrestling. You understand? So when I get in that ring, I don't have to say anything to you. You just can feel it. Like, I know when a girl is trying to take me over, and I know what move to do to reverse it. And I also know if I do a certain move, if I can hurt myself or not. You understand? Like, certain things, when people have you, especially when they skill, that's why it's so important to go against skilled wrestlers, because you'll see how they can put you in something and you genuinely can't get out. And if you can't get out and you force yourself out, you might break your arm. You understand? So you have all these things going on in your head. The most time I usually hear, I don't know what anybody else, but I'm not an athlete. I blank out anyway. So if she was trying to talk to me, I ain't hear nothing you say. So if you are like an athlete where you know what you're doing, like me, I just know when she try to wrist lock me, I know I have to move quick enough to wrist lock her back, put her back in a headlock, take her over before she could think. You understand? I'm strategic. Like, if I have a big girl and she need to get knocked down, girl, I'm not going to hit you on your leg. You expecting that. I'm going to do something else.
Okay, so how do y'all know who's going to win and who's going to lose? All right.
It just happened.
Okay, so y'all just let it out.
You just let it happen.
See, this breaking my mind now because it's like, okay, it was from, okay, is wrestling real or fake? But it's like, okay, this ain't like UFC where it's weight classes and y'all just taking it out. Where it's like, okay, then it went to, it's more like put together a performance. So it's like, okay, we already know what the outcome is. We just got to sell it to make it look good, you know, wow the crowd and all that stuff. So what you saying, you don't know who gonna win, is just whoever take the pin.
I don't know. I always tell it, like, see, that's what I saying. That's why wrestling don't feel the way it feel no more, because the wrestlers themselves ain't taking the initiative to make sure it's real. Me, I'm taking the initiative. I tell my promoter straight up, I don't care. I don't care. So just know when she getting there with me, if she deserves the win in that moment, she gonna win. Because truthfully, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to be like, ow, my back hurt off that one. Ow, my arm hurt off that one. I didn't know when to stop. You know what I mean? Like, respectfully, I'm not that type of person who can keep going. Like, Luffy, I ain't that far. I ain't going that far. You can hit me one good time, and I can be like, hold on, I ain't a rubber woman. That actually hurt. I need to go recover. That's my next thought. So it's going to be more like, legit, you beat me because you literally have more experience than me. You catch me with something sweet, or you cheat. They like to cheat. I ain't gonna lie. They like to cheat. So it's literally just like how you want to do things. Like,
yeah, because I know, obviously, like, you know, people would do, like, okay, one great wrestler, when they want to put someone over, they would, like, you know, be like, all right, I gonna take the fall this match, hit me with this, we gonna do boom, 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 and that's how I can be finished.
Yeah, that's what they like to do. Not me. No, I mean that. You know what I mean? I want this to be fun. I want this to be exciting because I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if I lose or win. I just want to know that when everybody leave this place, they talking about this match. They like, bro, that was so good. I'm mad that she lose, but that was so good. Or I want them to be like, I'm so happy she win because, like, look at what she was thinking. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to show myself in that kind of way. And I feel like that's the only way it can be portrayed. I actually be genuine enough to say, hey, my name is Kaylia Capri, and I'm going to beat your ass today.
So, all right, so what is some, like, do you have signature moves?
Yes, I have two.
Okay, so how you came up with the signature move?
So
yeah.
I wanted to be very, very, very Bahamian. I had to, like, anything I do, I say I'm going to be Bahamian first. So the first move I come up with was the Capri Sun. And that's my rolling leg.
You start the Capri Sun in the middle, you know?
So yeah, so obviously, like, I'm like in wrestling, when you do certain things, you always either can end up in the corner or the middle. There's nowhere else you can end up at. Like, if you, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just natural places you end up at if you evading or if you doing certain things. And I know you ever, like, do the flinch thing and they flinch. Same thing. Same thing in wrestling. If I go like this, she gonna flinch. But I ain't about to punch you. I about to kick you. You ain't even realizing you weren't watching this hand. But the foot about to get you. So, literally, like, okay, with the Capri Sun, what I do is I get them in position. Like, I make sure and ring awareness is real. When you in that ring, that's why a part of the reason why I don't hear nothing. Like, if she was to talk to me, I wouldn't hear you because I looking at your body motion. I seeing where you is. I paying attention to, you know, the rules and stuff in my head. I'm making sure that I am in position to win. So with the Capri Sun, somehow I'll get them in the middle. I'll fake them with a kick. They always catch it. I'd be like, dummy. Got you too. I got her. So boom, I fake them with a kick. They catch it. NZ right away. Wow. And my NZ come in good because I got the hips. So turn hip. Boom, hit them. And they fly. They go flying. And usually when they go flying, they can go flying diagonally. So they either can end up in this corner, in this corner, in this corner, or in this corner. Like, chances of them going to the middle is crazy. If I get that NZ right, you go into the corner. So They in the corner, boom. And then I have a 619 leg kick that I call in the 242.
Oh,
you see what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay.
I float out, come back in, boom, kick you in your stomach, all in your belly. 242. Boom, and then I go for another NZ at the back of their head though. Boom, hit them out. They out. As they doing something, they ain't paying attention. If they crumble, right? If I hit them hard enough, they'll fall down every time. Cause they holding their head. They like, ow. They go in the field position real quick. So if they do that, that's when I hit my Capri Sun. That's when I like, okay, you know what? Leg drop, mother. I roll so I get that momentum. So I get that momentum when I going up. Boom, I push up as high as possible. Bring that leg up and I stiffen it out. Boom, right across the back of your head. And you too busy like, ow, that hurt. To kick out.
So,
and then, so my bad. Yeah, and then if I don't do that, I do a crossbody. Like if they're on their feet, I'd be like, okay, time for a crossbody.
interesting. So, do you think about adding other moves? Like, because...
Yeah, so my other one, right? My other one is a bulldog. And I like to call that Rowan Waters.
Okay, why?
I call it Rowan Waters because Capri Sun, I go with the Capri Sun theme. And then also the fact that it's like I use the ropes as like waves. You know what I mean? Like ride the wave.
Yeah.
So they love picking me up. I small, so they can always pick me up. And one thing again, ring awareness, I always know no matter what, a rope is behind me. Legit. I can always get to a rope. So I thinking, guys, just use your brains, guys. Tactics will get you far. So I just like whatever position they have me in, whether it's like on my stomach and I can't get off them, I'll give them a couple elbows. They'll go in the direction of the ropes. And some reason I hook my foot on the rope and I pull them with me. And they have to let me go because they don't want to fall. So naturally their body like, whoa, what's going on? When they look up to see what's going on, I already bouncing off. Whoop! Bulldog off the ropes. Roaring waters, baby.
Oh man, this has been interesting. I never thought this changes everything.
I'm telling you, and that's just because it's like my thought process. And then I also using my degrees to my advantage. I using that biology degree. I using that human health and performance degree because now I know if I catch you sweet right here, you're gonna be knocked out.
Yeah.
That's all you need to knock someone out. Really catch them, graze them. You could graze them under their chin and you can knock someone out. So I use that to my advantage. I'm like, okay, if I really want to win and I small against most of my opponents, then I need to literally knock them out like one shot. So head shots, I can always go for this right here. This is my target in anybody that I go against. Because no matter how tall you is, your little head, you ain't got nothing against. You not against these feet.
Wow. So, according to Miss Capri, wrestling is not fake.
I said what I said.
Because you talking about knocking out and doing this.
I said what I said. And if you don't believe me, come on, wrestle me. Come on, wrestle me.
Oh,
We'll go as many days as you like. But when you give up, what I say, I'm gonna pick you up. And I'm gonna say, hey, and I tell you stop playing with me, right? Okay. Let's go.
So tell me about the event that you're doing in town.
So we have Baja Bash. This is gonna be like since for a long time. It's gonna be like one of the big wrestling events that they have in the Bahamas. And I doing it with all Caribbean wrestling. We are gonna be lit. I kid you not, like we already sell VIP is sold out. We only have general admission left, and those barely left as well. Like, we have 500 pre-sales sold.
Wow.
Yeah, and this ballroom, I don't even know if it's got the capacity big enough for 500 people. Like, I think 500 people might be, like, really over capacity a little bit, which is good for me because it tells me, hey, for this being the very first event in a long time, people interested.
Yeah, because aren't you like the headliner?
Yeah, okay. I am. I'm a headliner, and I've been. Oh my god, that's crazy to me. That that's another thing that I blessed to be at NXT about the fact that like they gave me a little bit of my name to where people now, when they have conversations with me, it's very different because when you a seed of NXT, they like, okay, we have to treat you accordingly as opposed to someone who has been on the indies their whole entire life. You kind of get prestige added to you because you was at WWE, you was at NXT, and they trained you. They groomed you.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. So what's some of your future goals and plans? Like,
So I plan, of course, to be champion. That WOW title is gorgeous. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if you know this. I'm a dresser upper. Like that's why people never believe that I like wrestling. Because when I dress up, they like, you such a girly girl.
no, but I think that whole, like, we was talking about this in the car. I'm like, the whole female wrestling wave changed in the last
Yeah, it
like 3
has.
years ago because it's like everybody dressing up, paying homage to wherever they into.
Yeah.
Some using the whole anime tip, the whole comic book, whatever, trying to be as pop culture referencey as possible. So it's like, this your time right now.
Yeah,
like,
it's taking on a whole new form. Like
Yeah.
we live in a world now where being the it girl is the thing.
Yeah.
And to be the it girl, like I remember going to school. Doing my baby hairs, and I do it in like crazy waterfall, like super cool styles. And people being like, "Why would you do that? Like, what's wrong with you? Just slick your hair back, like, you know what I mean?" But that was the trend during that time. Now we in a era where doing the most is like important. It's very important to get noticed.
That's how you separate yourself.
Yeah, that's how you separate yourself, and that's how you individualize yourself. Like I think people want to be individualized amongst a group. They want to be like, yeah, we're not just anime fans. We are anime fans who are also into JT, who also into the, like, doctoral, like, you know what I mean? Like it's levels to people now. Like, and people are very interested in things, and they want you to know. So with the women nowadays in wrestling, I think it's very, very like, we get to be as sexy as we want to. I ain't gonna lie.
Shout out to Shawn Michaels who been in that. Because I seen you what you've been doing, my boy. Even though your boy mentioned you in that song and you was trying to dead the beef.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, like shout out to Shawn for real, because they letting you be free.
Yeah.
Like that's how it's supposed to be. I feel like no one is supposed to tell you what you should be comfortable wearing or
giving you an image to.
Yeah, or giving you an image to run after. Like, because like I was saying earlier with you, like when you do that, you cause people to be fake.
Yeah.
You cause them to be fake. It's like the atmosphere they living in, they have to live up to a specific standard. And when you feel like you living up to a standard, how could you say you being yourself? You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of hard in that way, because especially when the standard ain't yours that you set for yourself. So he giving us freedom to just make wrestling look 2024. This is 2024 wrestling. How would that look? And like I said earlier as well, like you as a person, you have to know when you make decisions what kind of doors you opening for yourself. So if you a girl who you okay with just being down there naked, just be ready for the fans and everybody who care about you to ask you certain questions and come at you a certain way, because the connotations that come with that, I mean, it just naturally come with it. It ain't personal. I think anybody who would act like that would get those questions. So you just have to be understanding of what kind of questions you prepared to answer for people and what kind of identity you want put out there for people, because a lot of the times how you look could overshadow your actual talent. It can overshadow what you actually capable of. And people now, they just remember you because you was fine. You know what I mean? Like,
but I think some people, that's what they want, because they know you could, no matter what I do, I could always translate fine into something else.
Yeah, but guess what? It's always fun in games until someone really asks you a real life question. And they say, I mean, all you did was be fine. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's fine.
Yes, I said. Would you really clap up someone who get all the accolades just because they was beautiful? Or would you clap up someone
but that's happened since the beginning of Hollywood. I mean,
yeah, I know. So guess what? They dealing with? They dealing with the fact that now their accolades is a 50-50. The 50 chance someone might clap you up, and it's a 50 chance someone might not even be impressed. Because yeah, you get what you get. Yeah, you popular. Yeah, you famous. But all you did was be fine. I'm not impressed. like you know what I mean? That's not actually something that you could impress people by. You understand? So when you chase after that dream of, oh, I can get by because I look good. You best be ready for when someone who genuinely don't care if you look good or don't look good, they actually looking at the product. They actually looking at the marketing. They actually looking at like the deepness. You understand? Be ready to be in front of that person and for them to look at you like, next. Because we got plenty fine people in line. Promise you, like being fine, you really, and like you say, you have to distinguish yourself. Like being fine is not enough to distinguish yourself in the wrestling world. You have to be fine. That is part of it. But you have to be cultural. You have to be exciting. You have to be entertaining. You have to be colorful. You have to be dark. You have so much things that you have to be in order to have the whole world on your side. Like me, I think in worldwide. I think in Michael Jackson kind of worldwide. Like I don't want just be for black people. I don't want just be for Caribbean people. I don't want just be for the light-skinned girls with soft hair. And no, I want beef for everybody. Like that's the only time you will ever hear me say that. I want beef for everybody.
This has been great. Oh man. Oh, let me see. So tell us where all we can follow you. What's next? I see you holding that mango.
Hey, this mango drop off his tree, y'all. Look at this. When I go home. Anyway.
So, tell us where we can find you.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at __LEXINI or Kaylia Capri. Trust me, type it in. It's gonna pop up. So Kaylia Capri on Instagram, and you can find me on Twitter as Lex is back. IZ, not IS, is back. 242 or Kaylia Capri once again. Search me up on TikTok as well, __LEXINI or Kaylia Capri once again. Like it's gonna pop up. Y'all, just like the sun rise every day, I'm always gonna be available every single day. So definitely don't hesitate to follow me. Don't hesitate to like, comment. Let's have a conversation. I'm a conversation person. I don't know if y'all seen that from today, but definitely follow me. Give me y'all feedbacks, y'all opinions. I definitely want to build my fan base in the Bahamas even more because when I go to the States, when I do stuff, I need y'all to help me help people understand what we talking about. So we got to lock in.
Most definitely. And when she say, well, you said you were trying to find, what'd you just say?
What? Open up my fan base? Get more?
No. Before that. Where you were saying, yeah, I trying to interact or find people. Anyway, because I was supposed to say, no, like, because I feel a couple of people, I interview and they just like, bro, how you pull it off? I was like, I just do magic, bro.
My boy's a magician.
But I thank you again for coming on Erryting Kool. Everything can be cool. This has been a great conversation. I know a lot of my friends go and listening to this. And hopefully, I won't spoil it because I'm going to try to get this episode out before next weekend.
Oh.
You might check out Lexi at the Bahamas?
At Baja Bash, June 29th at Bahamas. Y'all, we selling out like hotcakes. So if you can get your tickets, go on Eventbrite right now. Search up Baja Bash. It's going to be in Nassau, the Bahamas. Get your tickets, secure the tickets. Beat me there. Because y'all can see me beat someone up.
Cool.
Simple as that.
So, thanks again. And then you might see a pop up at other places.
Right here and there. I'm the sun. I always pop up.
I like that. So stay tuned again for another episode of Erryting Kool, and we can see y'all later.
Be
Bye.
cool.
over to chill on the beach. But they don't come over the hill where we sleep. We got nightmares and they got fantasies.